Welcome to Mechanical Engineering. I'm Dr. Sam Daniels. It's my pleasure to talk to you today. Our leadership team, Dr. Ravi Gorthal, our chair, and Dr. Carl Barrett, our program coordinator, are there. I'll leave their information up at the end of the presentation. But hello, welcome, that's me. So I want to talk about two things. One, the three reasons why I think BSME at University of New Haven is a good choice. And the second one is just share some very quick experiences that some of our students have had here. One of the reasons I think of the three is the multi-pronged education. And by multi-pronged, I mean there are different elements to our courses and our experiences that we share with our students here that are very valuable. And I think the experimental hands-on activities is a big one. We have maker spaces. Our second makerspace ad is going in right now. We've got shop for fabricating projects. We do a lot of experimentation in our classes and specific experimentation classes. So we do emphasize some hands-on and experimental work, and that's critical to actually go through the process of fabricating something. We do emphasize also computational. The computational work is the computer-aided engineering FEA. I'm the local CAE guru at the university, and I teach the students how to do some more computer-aided engineering or CAD work, whatever is required. But most of our students come in with some good CAD background, so they're pretty good at modeling. The modeling, of course, in the FEA analysis, or the computer-aided engineering part of it, is only good if you have a really good idea about what your model is going to look like, and that means doing some analytic or theoretical calculations for your design first. So you don't lose on any of those three areas. We try and balance it out so you understand some of the limitations. And then something we've been adding lately is the entrepreneurial mindset and innovation. The idea that the company needs and the customer needs are something to keep in mind. The customer may not like something you develop because it's too expensive, it's too big, it's too heavy. So always keep in mind what the customer wants, and that will definitely influence the entire development of your engineering products. Throughout all of this, though, there's also communication, collaboration among the teams, and some open-ended creativity for your different project activities that is all part of this. So that's the first one. The second reason is we're a pretty close-knit community. Faculty work a lot with our students. We tend to mentor more than other universities because we do a lot of project work and modeling, and therefore students have to ask for help and talk to us. So the class sizes are small, but that's a bonus. Most of the faculty spend most of their time working with students, helping them develop skills and learn how to build or fabricate or model or analyze something. As you know, and you've been told, we're student-centered, and we do a lot more than lectures, but we do not emphasize TAs. There are no TAs in our classes. We may have some students that open up the lab or the shop or the maker space, or they may run the laser cutter or the 3D printer, but they're not helping with your classwork and with your calculations and homework. They're not teaching classes. So, and even with us, for us faculty, many of the times we do less than lectures. We actually emphasize more project activities. Some faculty have jumped over to projects instead of final exams, and I think it's much more valuable for people to experience project activity. Now, as part of the close-knit community, you could also choose to be part of our living learning community. That is, you can live in a dorm with other engineers, which is a great experience. Did it myself, loved it when I was an undergraduate. Or you could even think about Prado, not listed here, but you could even think about going to Italy for a semester and living with other engineering students that are in Italy, and get that feel of living outside the country for a little bit. The second reason was the close-knit community. The third reason is that there are a lot of unique experiences that you can have. And these are some of them. The senior design projects, which are quite extensive. They can end up being very big, expensive projects, and they go right into production development for the companies. So it's quite a change to go from classroom to dealing with companies directly as a senior, and an invaluable work experience too for these senior projects. We do have internships, so you do have to get some experience in industry first before you graduate, and that's either at the end of your sophomore or junior year. There's some skill sets that that we build into the first couple of years of the program that allow you to be more employable for the internship, so we have that covered. We also have a lot of experiences with alumni companies, fabrication companies, local industries. We go on tours. Last semester we went on an interesting tour to APS Technologies, which does drilling rigs for the oil and gas industry. Or we brought in a speaker from Tesla Motor Company to talk about what a day in the life of an engineer at Tesla. That was a great talk. That was a lot of fun. The national competitions you can participate in: Race to Zero, MIT Clean Energy, Super Mileage. This year, and they vary depending on what's offered and who's participating. This year, the big thing is the National Wind Competition, which is huge, and we've got a team competing in that. We're one of a few universities in the country that have been awarded the National Wind Competition seat to participate in Colorado this summer. Hopefully the students will be able to do that. Or even service learning, the equivalent to the Engineers Without Borders program for us mechanicals. One of our faculty is setting something up in India this year. So those are the three different kinds of experiences that I think are the different pieces that I think make it a great education. And then here are some examples of why student experiences at the university can be so exciting and fun, and something to talk about in the future for jobs, and might even lead to jobs. So these are a couple of quick snippets of projects that our students did. TriSol, it's a Skylight project with a Department of Energy project. Our faculty get grants, and what do? They hire undergrad students to help with the grants, and they fabricate all the equipment that they need. So this one was great, big project for skylights that would go inside of a skylight, collect solar energy and thermal energy. Or the Pizzavox project that was a class project to keep pizzas hot for an hour, ended up becoming a huge sensation and got national attention. And then a few years later, Pizza Hut, someone mentioned all of the media materials, and Pizza Hut calls us and says, "Hey, send some people over. Let's talk to you about doing a feasibility study. Maybe we can use this." And so that was an enormously great experience for our students. Or the Net Zero competition, where students we set up a nice team of students, multidisciplinary, and they designed a family home for a disabled veteran. And our team ended up as a finalist in the competition out in Denver, Colorado last year. So that was a great experience for them. We're doing Wind this year. It was Race to Zero last year. And then last year, we also finished up a big project with the Department of Energy. And again, students, this was involving more graduate students, but there were undergrads as well. This was a huge project studying air conditioning systems on different buildings. And students did the entire thing. Undergrads, grad students, all the instrumentation, sensors, networking, the wireless communication systems, the analysis, even interacting with local companies and contractors, conducting surveys, finding out what was going on. It was a great experience. It was one very memorable. The young lady on the right, Amanda, she came to us actually from a community college, was a Coast Guard veteran, and in the process of going through this project, she ran into electric boat managers. They loved talking to her, and it convinced her to come in and apply for a job, and they offered her a full-time job, and she got her dream job. She's from the Coast Guard, so Naval Systems was one of her big passions, and she ends up getting a job working on submarines. So great story for Amanda. Lovely add-on for that. Sean ended up one of our top students. Actually did his internships at Sikorsky, Lockheed Martin now. And 4.0 student, ended up, could have gone to MIT, Stanford, any place he wanted to. stayed with us for his master's degree, and ended up working on energy systems with one of our faculty members and starting his own company. So he started his own consulting firm. He was actually one of the students that participated in the Clean Energy Prize and was one of the semifinalists again. So great experience for Sean. And all of these students end up either moving on to grad school, like the ones in the bottom right, very well known. Many of them are probably ones that you've heard about, or going on to great companies that you can see here. Here's a small, not complete list of the companies our graduates go to just in the last couple of years. For instance, SpaceX, we now have one of our students from a couple of years back is now working at SpaceX. He's actually on our alumni advisory board. So it's great talking to him. So great program, lots of opportunities, lots of choices, lots of industries you can go to. Let me get through this very quickly. These are just the jobs. I went out just to see what kind of jobs I could find for mechanicals, and I found too many to list jobs. So it's a great choice for mechanical engineering. I think our program is a good one, and it'd be a good choice for you to choose us. So thank you for your time. If you'd like to learn more about us, you can contact us directly. I'll open the slide in a second, but you can also learn more about mechanical engineering to help guide your career forward through the professional society, asme.org as well. So thank you, and good sharing my thoughts with you today.